Fairy Tale: The Wolf and the Goat. Once upon a time there was a wolf. And there was a goat. It so happened that the goat strayed from her herd and got lost in the woods. She wandered through the forest for a long time and decided to stay and live there. But for the wolf, the forest was always his home. One day, the wolf and the goat met in the forest, and they became friends. They spent a good summer in the forest together. It was warm and there was plenty to eat. They never even quarreled. Autumn was harder. And when winter came, things became really bad. The wolf's paws are freezing, and the goat is so cold even her tail is shivering. And so the goat says to the wolf,
"Wolf, let's build ourselves a house. We'll live together, heat the stove, and spend a warm winter inside."
But the wolf didn't like working. "You goats are used to living in shelters made by people, but I'm fine as it is." The goat built herself a hut with a stove, with a couch, and so now she wasn't afraid of winter. But the wolf was already howling from the cold. It was growing colder and colder every day, and there was nowhere to hide. And no matter how lazy he was, he had to build at least some kind of shelter. The wolf gathered some snow into a pile, trampled it with his paws, swept it with his tail, and made a kind of igloo for himself. But then the sun came out for a short while. It grew warmer, and the wolf's ice roof melted, and the snow walls collapsed. Again, the wolf was left without a home, and he wondered, "Oh, poor me, what to do?" The wolf ran to the goat, knocked on her door, and began pleading. "Dear goat, open the door just a crack. It's freezing cold out here and my nose and ears are frozen solid. Let me at least warm up a bit." The goat took pity on the wolf and opened the door of her hut. The wolf stuck his nose and ears through the door, stood there for a while and said again, "Dear goat, my front paws are frozen. Let me come in the doorway." While the goat is thinking what to do with the wolf, let's recall what the wolf used to build his home. Branches, snow, stones. You're excellent listeners. Of course, the wolf built his hut from snow. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like, and let's continue watching this wonderful fairy tale. The goat opened the door a bit wider and let the wolf stand in the doorway. And the wolf began pleading again. "Do you hear, my dear goat, how the wind howls?" says the wolf. "My sides are totally frozen. Let me warm up my sides just a little." The goat has a kind heart.
"Well, all right," she says. "Warm your sides, wolf."
The wolf has already entered the hut up to his tail and says, "Thank you, my dear goat. Now it's all good. I'm just afraid that my tail might freeze off. Without a tail, all my wolfish beauty will be lost."
"Oh, wolf. All right, you can warm your tail too."
That's just what the wolf was waiting to hear. He jumped into the hut, looked around, and quickly climbed onto the stove. He curls up in a ball with no intention of leaving. The wolf lay there until evening. He was warmed up and got hungry. So he says to the goat, "Goat, my dear goat, isn't it time for you to go to bed? Time for you to rest?" The goat looked at the wolf. His voice is so sweet, but his eyes are mean and hungry.
"No, wolf,"
the goat replies.
"I have lots of work to do. When I'm done, then I'll go to bed."
The wolf lay there, waiting and fell asleep. He woke up at night from strong hunger pangs, jumped down to the floor, and went looking for the goat. But the goat was clever. She hid from the wolf in the closet. The wolf didn't find her. In the morning, the goat began to make fun of the wolf.
Why didn't you sleep at night, old grey? Looking for someone?
But the wolf remained silent. All day he lay on the stove again. By evening he was even more hungry. So the wolf says to the goat again, "Go to bed already, dear goat."
Hold on, wolf. I'm making bread and the dough isn't ready yet. When I'm done, then I'll go to bed.
Once again the wolf quickly fell asleep. He woke up at night angry and hungry and jumped down to the floor. He's prowling in the dark, but can't find the goat. In the morning, the goat laughs at the wolf again.
Oh, old grey, why do you prowl around at night? Who are you looking for in the corners? I was sitting under the tub, looking at you, grey one.
The third evening came, and again the wolf calls the goat to sleep. But the goat argues,
Get serious, wolf, it's too early for bed. I haven't washed the dishes yet. When I'm done, then I'll go to bed.
The wolf fell asleep. He woke up at night and started looking for the goat again. Turned everything in the hut topsy-turvy. Even turned over the tub, but couldn't find the goat anywhere. The goat realizes there's no way the wolf will calm down. In the morning, the goat ran out of the hut and began to dig in the snow with her hooves. She found some cranberries under the snow and began rolling around in them, got all smeared with red juice. Then she grabbed a long branch and ran back to the hut. She stood under the window, knocking on the window with the branch and shouting in a terrible voice.
Is the wolf in the hut? Is old grey on the stove? I've already killed 7 wolves and I'll get this one.
The wolf looks out the window and sees a horrible, shaggy beast is standing there, all smeared with blood. The wolf got scared, tucked his tail between his legs and hightailed it out of the hut as fast as he could. He huddled up in the deep woods and never came back again. And the goat began to live peacefully in her warm hut. And that's how this tale of friendship between the wolf and the goat ends. So always remember, my little friends, you must choose your friends very wisely and carefully. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like, and don't forget to share our fairy tales with your friends.